Hey guys, welcome back to my channel AG Motion Designs, and in today's video we are going to create this gaming logo reveal animation inside of After Effects without using any third-party plugin. So if you are new to this channel, then please consider to subscribe this channel and also hit the bell icon to get more updates. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. So as always, here we are in Adobe After Effects. Let's create a new composition. I'll call it as, let's say, main animation. Width is 1920, height is 180, frame rate is 30, duration is 10 seconds long, and background color is white color, and simply hit OK like this. Then go to choose grid and guide option and hit on title section like this. Now I'm going to create one rounded rectangle. I don't want any stroke, so let's delete this stroke. And for the color, you are free to choose whatever color you want. I'm going to choose, let's say, somewhere around, let's say, bluish color like this. And let's create one rounded rectangle, and let's go to the rectangle one option, go to the rectangle path, and roundness I'm going to increase it somewhere around like this. Select the shape layer, press Ctrl Alt Home to align that anchor point to the center. Go to the align tab, align it horizontally like this. Okay, now we will create our ellipse. So I'm going to create this one ellipse by holding shift. Let's create one ellipse like this. Then press Ctrl Alt Home, press Ctrl Alt Home, press V and go to the align tab, align it horizontally, press V again, and by holding shift we will adjust it somewhere around over here like this. Now we will create one rectangle again, but this is gonna be just a mask. So let's create some mask like this. Press Ctrl Alt Home and press V, and we will adjust it over here. Now this is gonna be act like a mask for our this ellipse, and let's move this over here. Select this shape layer, press F4 and choose alpha inverted matte like this. Now select this, hit enter, and let's call it as mask and hit OK, and we will make this parent with this shape layer. So whenever we are going to move this is automatically gonna move like this. Now select the shape layer, press Y to select your pen behind tool, and we will adjust this anchor point somewhere around over here like this. Okay, and you can choose a different color for this, like go to the fill option and choose something like this. Now go to the ellipse tool and let's choose yellow color for this and hit OK, and by holding shift I'm going to create one ellipse like this. Press Ctrl Alt Home, and instead of yellow let's choose a little bit yellowish and orangey color like this. Then select the shape, go to the align tab, align it over here like this. Now right click new and create one null object. Select all of them except this mask, and let's make it a parent with this null object. Select this null object, press S, and let's scale it at appropriate size like this. Okay, and now I'm gonna move them over here like this, and let's delete this null object. Now this is our ellipse, so from here I'm going to change the color of this one to yellow. Both of them are purple, so let's go over here and let's see if we have something like this. Yes, we have purple color. Select this, and for this one this is already a blue, so like that. Now right click new and let's create one null object. Now this null object should be at the center, so don't change the position of this null object. Now select this topmost layer, which is our ellipse, and we will make it a parent with this null 2 like this. Select this null object, hit Ctrl D to duplicate it, and we will bring this downwards like this. Now select both the mask, not mask but the shape layer, which is this one, and let's make it a parent with this null 2. Select this null 2, hit Ctrl D, and we will bring this downwards. Now select this one and we will make it a parent with this null 2 like this. Okay, so our parenting option is done. Now we have to start animate. Now let's select this shape layer, this shape layer, and this shape layer, and we will press P for position. Let's create one keyframe like this. Zoom in a little bit, go to around 20 frames, and we will move them over here like this. Go to around 1 second and we will bring them again downwards like this. Okay, now select those keyframe and hit F9. Go to the graph editor, select this graph. By holding shift we'll move this over here. Select this, and by holding shift we'll move this handle over here like that. And I think we need to move this a little bit over here. Okay, Now let's select all of the both of them and select this line and move this over here, select them, move this over here like this. Okay, now after that, go few frame forwards somewhere around over here and create all keyframes again, and in middle of that we will bring them a little bit upward like this. Now select these three keyframes of each and every one, go to the graph editor, zoom in a little bit. Let's select this by holding shift, move this handle over here, select this by holding shift, move this handle over here. So we'll get a little bit of bounciness over here like that. So if you see, we will get something like this. Now press R for rotation. Let's create one keyframe, hit U and go somewhere around over here, not at the final position but somewhere around over here, and let's make complete one rotation like this and hit U. And now press R again, only R because we have to deal with the rotation property only. So select those keyframes and hit F9. Go to the graph editor, select this graph by holding shift. Let's move this handle over here, select this and shift this handle over here. So if I see, I'll get something like this. Okay, now as you guys know that each and every one is parent with the respective null object. So now select all these null objects, press R for rotation. Let's create one keyframe over here, and at this point I'm going to create another keyframe, and at the start I'm going to rotate them somewhere around over here. So I'll get something like this. Now select those keyframe and hit F9, so all the keyframes and hit F9, then press S, create one keyframe, hit U and go somewhere around over here and create another keyframe at the scale. Go to the start and let's make the scale 0. Select both the all the keyframes and hit F9. Then go to the graph editor, select this graph and holding shift, let's move this handle over here like this. So we will get something like this. Okay, now what we need to do, we will select this one and this one. I'll press Ctrl Shift C and I'll call it as, let's say 3 and hit OK. Select this, this and this, press Ctrl Shift C and let's call it as 2 and hit OK. Select this and press Ctrl Shift C and let's call it as 1. Okay, so if I say this, I'll get something like this. Now let's go to around 10 frames. I'll select the second one, I'll move this over here, go to 20, select this one and let's move this over here. So if I see this animation from now, I'll get something like this. Now let's double click and press F4. I forgot to do this procedure. We need to enable this motion blur of each and every one. Not all necessary, we should use this for null object because it's not visible, but we need to on for our shape layers. So now along with the position animation, we will get this animation also. So this is how you will get the weird looking and quite a cool bouncing animation for this one. Okay, so we will get this kind of animation, and after that you can use whatever logo you want after that. Now right now I'm going to choose only letter, but you are free to use either your logo and in a text. So let's delete this stroke, and I want fill color for this letter, and let's choose Poppins fonts, or you are choose, as I said, you are free to choose whatever text you want. So now I'm going to type, let's say plugin maybe. Select this text, press Ctrl Alt Home, go to the align tab, align it horizontally and then align it vertically like this. Now right click new and create one null object. Select all of these compositions and make it a parent with this null 3 like this. So if I see this animation at this point, I want these things to be animated. So press P for position, create one keyframe, select this text, press P, create one keyframe, then press T, create one keyframe for opacity and hit U. Now go to around 2.20 frames, select this null object, press V and let's move this over here. Select this text and we will move this over here, somewhere around over here. Let's select this null object, we will adjust the position over here like this. Okay, and now we will create one keyframe at the opacity also. Now go to the start and initially let's make the opacity 0 and we will move this text over here like this. Now select both the keyframes, hit F9, go to the graph editor, select this graph, holding shift, we will move one handle over here and move one handle over here like this. Okay, so we'll get something like this. And there is another thing you can do, you can select this text and let's focus on this text animation only. Now we have this full text animation, But in case if you want uh, per one text animation, for that what you can do, you can create mask for each and every text. For example, let's select our rectangle tool and we will create mask for this P. Let's hit Ctrl D, M, hit delete this mask, and we will create another mask for this L. Select this, hit Ctrl D, press M, delete this mask, then create one mask for this U, and we will follow this procedure again and again until we will reach to this last N. Hit Ctrl D, press M, select this, delete it. Ctrl D, press M, select this and delete it. Then select this N. Okay, so all of this text are ready. Now select those text and hit U. Let's go over here, Alt, open bracket, and now hit page down button 1 or 2 times, or let's say 2 times. Select this, move this over here, move this over here, move this over here, and move this over here, and move this over here, like this, and make this fit, and hit U. And let's disable this option, so we'll get something like this. Now after that, what you can do, you can simply select all of them and press Ctrl Shift C, and let's call it as text, and hit OK and Alt, open bracket, like this. Now select this text, go to the effect and presets panel, and we need to apply fill effect on it, and you can choose any color you want, like this, or you are free to choose any other color you want, like this. I'll choose this color, and now I'm gonna select this. I'll press S and I'll scale it down a little bit. Okay, now select this, hit Ctrl D 2 times. I'll select this fourth one, I'll select this yellow color, I'll select this third layer, I'll select this color, I'll select this text layer, I'll select this color, select this, hit Ctrl D, and I'll select this color. And over here I'm going to choose this color. Now go to the start, hit page down button, select this, let's move this over here, again page down button, move this over here, and move this over here. So if I see this animation, we will get something like this. And press Ctrl Y to create one solid background, and I'll move this downwards and I'll hit N. So if I see this, I'll get this kind of animation. So yep, this is our final output. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial, and if you like this tutorial, then please consider to subscribe this channel and also hit the bell icon to get more updates. And if you want to create some more interesting animations like this, then check out these 2 videos. I'll see you in my next video. Until then, stay tuned.